that was a kind of very much a 100% Weeball situation.
Chasing you as I find ways to run away.
Ride or Die is my first music video, which I've ever made at 19. So that's super exciting. It's also Marwan's first music video. So for both of us, it was the first music video which we shot. For me, for my music video production company and his song release. So it was a big moment for both of us. What I usually do when I try to like think of a concept for a video, I listen to the song, I listen to the vibe, I listen to the lyrics. Mainly for this one and future songs, I listen to the lyrics because the lyrics has a story itself as well as the person, right? And there's a reason why they wrote that, because they're telling a story and it's kind of your job to understand what that is. So I listened to the song again and again, and it was a kind of vintage retro vibe because it was a kind of dreamy song, right? It was about a guy who was escaping with a girl who he really, really cares about and really enjoys spending time with. So I wanted to obviously make the main storyline about a sort of escape together, which they do with a car. And road trips is something that I absolutely love making. And I thought for California, that was the perfect place to do that. This girl is something that really helps him emotionally and is a sort of light for him. And he is for her as well. And that is sort of what bonds them together as they go on these adventures. But at the same time, the guy is feeling hurt and the stress and is sort of using her to deal with that. And of course, tries to protect her from that as well. What I really love in his song is actually how it's quite poetic, right? He also sings in Arabic, which is super cool. So I wanted there to be a twist. I had them go through the city out into the highway to a gas station. That is the first pit stop which they make, which they often go to in the storyline. It's a sort of bonding moment for them. The girl is super excited and runs out to go into the gas station, and Marwan is not fast enough to follow her into the gas station. As she excitedly looks around the gas station and tries to find things to get, Marwan loses sight of her. If you notice through the editing, there is an increasingly large amount of effects that reflect dizziness, lack of vision, headaches through like the blurry edges, through the increase in RGB, through the light streaks. This actually indicates that he may have taken a substance. So as he is no longer able to see her, he assumes that she escaped and left him behind. And because of that, he assumes that it's a betrayal. So he goes out in his car and searches for her. He searches for her in all the places that they've gone to together, the places that they've made their best memories together. So that includes the gas station, right? It includes eating snacks outside the gas station. It includes the drives on the highway, the motel. And in each of these locations, he sees visions of her. And they go back and forth between appearing and disappearing. And as he goes further in trying to find her, he gets increasingly frustrated when he simply just can't grasp her. He cannot find her. It's something that goes along with his visions becoming increasingly intense, his effects of the substance becoming more intense. Later on, when you see he collapses at one of the places he went to look for her, we go back to the gas station scene And that is the twist when we realize he actually didn't make it further than the gas station when he was looking for her. So in simple words, they went to the gas station. He took a substance and didn't tell her. Hence, it ties to the lyric, "I'll lie to you for that reason." But he ends up collapsing at the gas station, and the girl was still at the gas station the whole time and went out and realized that he had collapsed and runs after him. So it's a story that I think is very important. I do love to create messages with what I make. So I think this can connect to some people, hopefully. I hope I can make an impact with this. There's this theory about the last 7 minutes of your life before you pass. That is when you go through all the memories that you remember and enjoyed the most in your life. So in these 7 minutes, that is when all of these memories replay in your head and it feels like you're actually living them. So that is what I replicated in the video when he went out to search for her in all the places. So basically all the places that he went to were the visions that he saw in his last 7 minutes. And the girl was in all of them. So I actually really love gas stations. I personally love road trips. I love gas stations. So I see it as a sort of safe space that is always there. It's the space where you go to when you're going in between two locations, and it's a sort of exciting time, but it's like a liminal space, you know. It's not particularly impactful. It's just a neutral space that is always there that you can go to with the people you care about. So of course, it also looks sick. So that is why I wanted to do it there. I was actually like looking at so many gas station locations in San Francisco, but it was a struggle to find, you know, all the locations were in different places. So you had to make sure that everything was close enough because of the travel, you know, like in one shoot, you don't want to be traveling super far to get to a like good looking gas station that is a sort of retro vibe, you know, with the red lights and like a sort of empty space that looks a little bit nostalgic, surreal, you know? Ride or die. Obviously I wanted to do it in, not because of that, but I just really wanted to do it in a car because of the whole concept of escaping and having a great time escaping, going somewhere out of the place that you are and having fun. I think cars are the best representation of that. And because of the sort of retro vintage vibe, I obviously wanted to get a vintage car. So I looked at DriveShare and I was scrolling for cars and I found the Mustang. I was so in love with it. I was so excited when I found out that we could rent it. So we rented it for the night, but we had to drive an hour out of San Francisco to pick it up. It was pretty chaotic since there was traffic for like 2 hours. So we were late to pick it up. It was quite a hassle, but we did make it. We made it on time to the shoot somehow. And yeah, so that was a lot of coordination and luck. So the shoot started at 8 p.m. and ended at 5 a.m. and it was freezing. So we were working the entire night because the music video was set at night, right? So it was freezing and very hard. You know, we had to do like we had to have 2 cars next to each other, driving past each other, one person holding the camera, one person driving, and a person coordinating like the cars, you know? Also someone driving the second car. So it was like it was a whole coordination, Fast and Furious type situation. So that was extremely like surprising and fun. So this is the first music video that I directed at 19, which is so exciting. I was kind of going into it like a wee ball mentality. So I had been doing editing, like producing for videos and stuff and series, but I hadn't done like a full production that I was responsible for before. That was a kind of very much a 100% weeball situation. I did take a lot of time to prepare before. Like I made 73 sketches of like all the shots that we needed, made an animation out of everything, like along with the music, so I could like see sort of what shots we need where. I had to coordinate the locations, make sure that we get to everywhere on time, because we only had the car for one night, right? So everything had to go well. So if a location didn't work out well, that would have been bad. If something happened with permission to film, would have also not been great. So there was a lot at stake, but ended up fantastic. It went really well, and everyone was so kind.
I'm not leaving.